Have you ever felt stuck on your spiritual path? Like you're doing all the right things, but something's missing? You might think spiritual growth is about following strict rules or mastering complex meditation techniques. But here's the surprising truth. It's actually about opening your heart and expanding your awareness in simple, everyday ways. Today, we're going to explore how to truly advance on your spiritual journey, and I promise, it's easier than you might think. Now, why does this matter? Well, if you don't actively work on your spiritual growth, you might find yourself feeling unfulfilled or disconnected from your true purpose. You could be missing out on the deep peace and joy that comes from a rich spiritual life. But don't worry, in this video, we'll cover 10 simple yet powerful ways to deepen your spiritual practice and reach new heights in your journey. These are techniques I've used myself and have seen transform the lives of many others. So if you're ready to take your spiritual growth to the next level, stick around. This could be the turning point you've been looking for. Let's start by getting clear on what we mean by spiritual growth. It's not about becoming a perfect person or reaching some far-off enlightened state. Spiritual growth is simply the process of becoming more aware of who you truly are, beyond your thoughts and emotions. It's about connecting with something larger than yourself, whether you call that God, the universe, or your higher self. Think of it like this. Imagine you're a tree. Your spiritual growth is about growing deeper roots, reaching higher branches, and becoming more fully yourself. It's not about changing who you are, but about uncovering and nurturing your true nature. Now, you might be wondering, why should I care about spiritual growth? Well, the benefits are pretty amazing. When you grow spiritually, you often find more inner peace. You're less rattled by life's ups and downs. Deeper relationships. You connect with others on a more meaningful level. Greater clarity. You understand yourself and your purpose better. Increased resilience. You bounce back from challenges more easily. A sense of connection. You feel part of something bigger than yourself. These aren't just nice-to-haves. They can completely transform how you experience life. Imagine waking up each day feeling centered, purposeful, and deeply connected. That's what spiritual growth can offer you. Here's something really important to remember. Everyone's spiritual journey is unique. There's no one-size-fits-all path to spiritual growth. What works for your friend or that popular spiritual teacher might not be the right fit for you. And that's okay. Your spiritual journey is as unique as your fingerprint. It's shaped by your experiences, your personality, and your own inner wisdom. So as we go through these tips for spiritual growth, remember to trust your intuition. If something doesn't feel right for you, it's perfectly fine to leave it and try something else. The key is to stay open and curious. Be willing to explore different practices and teachings, but always check in with yourself. Does this feel true for you? Does it bring you a sense of peace or expansion? That's how you'll find the practices that really help you grow. Let's talk about one of the most powerful tools for spiritual growth, meditation. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Meditation? Isn't that just sitting still and trying to empty your mind? Well, not exactly. Meditation is simply a way to quiet the constant chatter in your mind and connect with your inner self. Think of your mind like a busy city street. There's always noise, always something happening. Meditation is like finding a quiet park bench in the middle of that city. It doesn't make the noise go away completely, but it gives you a peaceful place to sit and observe. When you meditate regularly, even for just a few minutes a day, amazing things start to happen. You might notice you feel calmer and less stressed. Your mind becomes clearer, making it easier to focus. You start to understand yourself better. You become more patient and kind, both to yourself and others. You feel more connected to your intuition and inner wisdom. Now, if you're new to meditation, it can seem a bit intimidating, but I promise it's much simpler than you might think. Here are a few easy techniques to get you started. Breath awareness. Simply sit comfortably and focus on your breath. Notice how it feels as you breathe in and out. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Body scan. Start at your toes and slowly move your attention up through your body, noticing any sensations as you go. This helps you get out of your head and into your body. Loving kindness meditation. Think of someone you care about and silently wish them well. You can use phrases like, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe. Guided meditation. There are lots of free guided meditations available online. These can be really helpful when you're just starting out. Remember, the goal isn't to have a perfectly quiet mind. It's normal for thoughts to pop up. The practice is in noticing those thoughts and gently returning to your focus, whether that's your breath, your body, or a mantra. Now, here's the secret to really benefiting from meditation: consistency. It's much better to meditate for 5 minutes every day than for an hour once a week. Here are some tips to help you build a regular practice. Start small. Begin with just 2 to 3 minutes a day. It's okay if it feels too short. The important thing is to make it a habit. Choose a specific time. Maybe it's right after you wake up or during your lunch break. Having a set time makes it easier to remember. Create a meditation space. It doesn't have to be fancy, just a quiet corner where you feel comfortable. Use a timer. This helps you relax without worrying about how long you've been meditating. Be kind to yourself. Some days will feel easier than others. That's totally normal. The important thing is to keep showing up. Track your progress. Consider keeping a simple journal to note how you feel after each meditation. This can be really motivating over time. Remember, meditation is a practice. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up and giving yourself that time to connect with your inner self. Even on days when it feels difficult or your mind is extra busy, you're still benefiting from the practice. Now, let's talk about mindfulness. You've probably heard this word a lot, but what does it really mean? Simply put, mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment. It's about paying attention to what's happening right now without getting caught up in thoughts about the past or future. Think of it like this. Have you ever driven somewhere and realized you don't remember the journey? Or eaten a meal without really tasting it? That's the opposite of mindfulness. When you're mindful, you're fully engaged with what you're doing, seeing, feeling, and experiencing. Mindfulness isn't about emptying your mind or always feeling calm. It's about noticing what's happening, both around you and inside you, without judgment. It's a way of fully living your life, instead of just going through the motions. The great thing about mindfulness is that you can practice it anywhere, anytime. Here are some simple ways to bring more mindfulness into your daily life. Mindful eating. Next time you have a meal, really pay attention to it. Notice the colors, smells, textures, and flavors of your food. Chew slowly and savor each bite. Mindful walking. Whether you're taking a nature walk or just going to the mailbox, pay attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground. Notice the movement of your body, the air on your skin, the sounds around you. Mindful listening. When you're talking with someone, really listen to them. Notice not just their words, but their tone of voice, their facial expressions. Try to listen without immediately thinking about how you'll respond. Mindful breathing. Several times throughout the day, take a moment to focus on your breath. Feel the air moving in and out of your body. This is a great way to center yourself, especially during stressful moments. Mindful observation. Choose an object, maybe a flower, a pet, or even a cup of coffee, and really look at it. Notice its colors, shapes, textures. Try to see it as if you're seeing it for the first time. Mindful emotions. When you're feeling a strong emotion, take a moment to notice it. Where do you feel it in your body? What thoughts come with it? Just observe without trying to change anything. Remember, the goal isn't to be mindful all the time. That's not realistic. The practice is in catching yourself when you're on autopilot and gently bringing your attention back to the present moment. So, how does all this mindfulness stuff relate to your spiritual journey? Well, in a lot of ways, mindfulness is spiritual growth in action. Here's why. Self-awareness. As you practice mindfulness, you become more aware of your thoughts, emotions, and patterns. This self-knowledge is crucial for spiritual growth. Present moment awareness. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of living in the present. Mindfulness helps you do exactly that. Non-judgmental attitude. Mindfulness teaches you to observe without immediately labeling things as good or bad. This open, accepting attitude can help you navigate life's challenges with more grace. Connection. When you're fully present, you're more able to connect deeply with others, with nature, and with your own inner wisdom. Inner peace. Regular mindfulness practice can help you find a sense of calm and peace, even in difficult situations. Gratitude. Being mindful often naturally leads to feeling more grateful for the simple things in life. As you practice mindfulness, you might notice that you feel more centered, more at peace, and more in tune with yourself and the world around you. These are all signs of spiritual growth. Remember, like meditation, mindfulness is a practice. You don't have to be perfect at it. Every time you bring your attention to the present moment, you're strengthening your mindfulness muscle. Over time, you might find that being present becomes more natural, and that your life feels richer and more meaningful as a result. Let's talk about something that can truly transform your spiritual journey: gratitude. Now, you might be thinking, gratitude? Isn't that just saying thank you? Well, it's actually much more powerful than that. Gratitude is a way of seeing the world, a lens that can completely change your experience of life. When you practice gratitude, you're training your mind to focus on the good things in your life, no matter how small. It's about appreciating what you have, rather than always wanting more. And here's the amazing thing. The more you practice gratitude, the more you find to be grateful for. Gratitude is like a magical key that can unlock deeper levels of spiritual growth. Here's why. It shifts your perspective. Instead of focusing on what's wrong or what's missing, gratitude helps you see the abundance that's already in your life. It opens your heart. When you're truly grateful, you feel a sense of warmth and openness. This heart opening is essential for spiritual growth. It connects you to something larger. Gratitude often brings a sense of awe and wonder, reminding you that you're part of something bigger than yourself. It brings you into the present. When you're appreciating something, you're fully present with it. This ties in beautifully with mindfulness. It increases your resilience. Gratitude can help you find the silver lining even in difficult situations, making you more resilient in the face of challenges. Gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be a delicious cup of coffee, a kind word from a friend, or a beautiful sunset. Gratitude walk. Take a walk and notice all the things you can be grateful for. The trees, the sky, the ability to walk, the fresh air. There's so much when you really look. Gratitude meditation. Spend a few minutes each day focusing on things you're grateful for. Really feel the gratitude in your body. Gratitude letters. Write a letter to someone expressing your gratitude for them. You don't even have to send it. Just the act of writing can be powerful. Gratitude trigger. Choose an everyday action, like stopping at a red light or washing your hands, as a trigger to think of something you're grateful for. Gratitude challenge. Try going a whole day without complaining. Instead, look for things to appreciate. Remember, the goal isn't to ignore problems or pretend everything is perfect. It's about balancing your perspective and noticing the good alongside the challenges. You feel happier. Focusing on the good things in your life naturally boosts your mood. You become more optimistic. You start to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. Your relationships improve. When you appreciate people, they feel it. This can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections. You feel more content. Instead of always chasing the next thing, you find joy in what you already have. You become more resilient. Gratitude helps you find the silver lining in difficult situations, making it easier to bounce back from setbacks. You feel more connected. Gratitude often brings a sense of awe and wonder, helping you feel more connected to the world around you. Here's a personal example. I used to get frustrated with my daily commute. It felt like wasted time. But when I started practicing gratitude, I began to appreciate this time. I felt grateful for the car that gets me to work, for the beautiful scenery along the way, for the quiet time to think or listen to podcasts. My commute didn't change, but my experience of it completely transformed. This is the power of gratitude. It can turn ordinary moments into opportunities for joy and growth. It can help you see the magic in the everyday. And isn't that what spiritual growth is all about? Seeing the sacred in the ordinary, finding peace in the present moment, and feeling connected to something larger than yourself. As you continue on your spiritual journey, let gratitude be your companion. It's a simple practice, but it has the power to completely transform your experience of life. Remember, every time you pause to appreciate something, you're not just cultivating gratitude, you're nurturing your spiritual growth. Let's explore something that has been a source of spiritual inspiration for countless generations: nature. There's something truly magical about spending time in the natural world. Whether it's a walk in the park, a hike in the mountains, or simply sitting in your backyard, nature has a way of nourishing our spirits like nothing else. It reminds us of our connection to something larger. When you stand beneath a starry sky or next to a mighty ocean, you can't help but feel part of something vast and amazing. It helps us slow down. Nature moves at its own pace. When we tune into that rhythm, we naturally slow down and become more present. It awakens our senses. In nature, we see beautiful sights, hear soothing sounds, smell fresh scents, and feel different textures. This sensory richness helps us become more aware and alive. It reduces stress. Studies have shown that time in nature lowers stress hormones and blood pressure. When we're less stressed, we're more open to spiritual experiences. It inspires awe and wonder. Nature is full of incredible beauty and complexity. Experiencing this can open our hearts and minds in profound ways. So, how can you harness the spiritual power of nature in your daily life? Here are some simple practices to try. Earthing or grounding. This involves direct physical contact with the earth. Try walking barefoot on grass or sand, or simply sitting on the ground. Feel the earth's energy connecting with your body. Tree hugging. Yes, it's a real thing. Spend a few minutes with your arms around a tree. Feel its strength and stability. Imagine exchanging energy with the tree. Sunset/sunrise meditation. Watch the sun rise or set. As you do, reflect on the cycles of life, the beauty of change, and the constancy of nature. Nature mandalas. Create a circular design using natural objects like leaves, flowers, and stones. This can be a meditative practice that helps you connect with nature's beauty. Cloud watching. Lie on your back and watch the clouds move across the sky. Let your imagination run free. This can be a form of moving meditation. Plant care. Nurturing a plant, whether in a garden or a pot, can be a deeply spiritual practice. It teaches patience, care, and the miracle of growth. Remember, you don't need to live in the wilderness to connect with nature. Even in the busiest city, you can find patches of sky, potted plants, or small parks. The key is to approach nature with an open heart and a sense of wonder. One of the most beautiful aspects of connecting with nature is that it can be a profound teacher on our spiritual path. Here's how. Impermanence. Nature constantly reminds us that change is the only constant. Seasons change, flowers bloom and fade, rivers flow. This teaches us to embrace change in our own lives. Interconnectedness. In nature, everything is connected. The bees pollinate the flowers, the trees clean the air, the rain nourishes the soil. This shows us how we're all part of a larger web of life. Patience. Nature doesn't rush. Seeds take time to sprout, fruits take time to ripen. This teaches us the value of patience in our own growth. Resilience. Look at how trees bend in the wind without breaking, or how plants push through concrete to reach the sun. Nature shows us what true resilience looks like. Beauty in diversity. Nature thrives on diversity. Each plant, animal, and ecosystem is unique and valuable. This teaches us to appreciate the diversity in human life too. Living in the present. Nature is always in the now. It doesn't worry about the future or regret the past. It simply is. This is a powerful lesson in mindfulness. As you spend more time in nature, you might find that these lessons start to sink in on a deep level. You might find yourself feeling more peaceful, more connected, and more in tune with the natural rhythms of life. This is spiritual growth happening naturally, simply through your connection with the natural world. Now, let's dive into a practice that's been used by spiritual seekers for centuries: self-reflection. At its core, self-reflection is about turning your attention inward and really getting to know yourself. It's like being your own best friend, listening to your thoughts and feelings with curiosity and kindness. Why is self-reflection so important for spiritual growth? Here are a few reasons. It helps you understand your patterns. We all have habits and patterns, some that serve us and some that don't. Self-reflection helps you see these clearly. It deepens self-knowledge. The more you understand yourself, the more authentic you can be in your life and relationships. It promotes growth. When you're aware of your thoughts and behaviors, you're in a better position to make positive changes. It enhances emotional intelligence. Regular self-reflection helps you understand and manage your emotions better. It clarifies your values. Through self-reflection, you can get clear on what really matters to you. It connects you to your inner wisdom. We all have an inner guidance system. Self-reflection helps you tune into it. One of the most powerful tools for self-reflection is journaling. There's something magical about putting pen to paper or fingers to keyboard and letting your thoughts flow. Here are some journaling prompts to get you started on your spiritual journey. What am I grateful for today? What challenged me today? And what did I learn from it? When did I feel most alive or connected today? What's something I'm struggling with, and how can I approach it with more compassion? What's a fear I'm holding on to, and what would it feel like to let it go? If I could talk to my younger self, what advice would I give? What does spirituality mean to me right now? Where do I feel stuck in my life? And what small step could I take to move forward? What's a belief I hold that might be limiting me? When do I feel most connected to something larger than myself? Remember, there's no right or wrong way to journal. The important thing is to write regularly and honestly. Don't worry about perfect grammar or beautiful prose. Just let your thoughts and feelings flow onto the page. Patterns emerge. You might see recurring themes in your thoughts or behaviors. This awareness is the first step to making changes if you want to. You gain clarity. Sometimes, just writing things down can help you see situations more clearly. You process emotions. Journaling can be a great way to work through difficult feelings. You track your growth. Looking back at old journal entries can show you how far you've come on your spiritual journey. You connect with your intuition. Regular self-reflection can help you hear your inner voice more clearly. You cultivate self-compassion. As you reflect on your experiences without judgment, you naturally become kinder to yourself. Here's a personal example. I used to struggle with anxiety, especially in social situations. Through journaling, I started to notice that my anxiety often stemmed from a fear of judgment. Just seeing this pattern written down helped me approach it differently. I could remind myself that most people are too focused on themselves to judge me harshly. Over time, this awareness, combined with other practices, helped me feel much more comfortable in social settings. Self-reflection and journaling are like having a conversation with your deepest self. It's a way to check in, to listen, to understand. And in that understanding, you create space for growth, healing, and transformation. As you continue on your spiritual journey, let self-reflection be your guide. It's a powerful tool for deepening your self-awareness, clarifying your path, and connecting with your inner wisdom. Remember, the answers you seek are often within you. Self-reflection is the key to unlocking them. Now, let's talk about something that's at the very core of spiritual growth: compassion and kindness. These aren't just nice qualities to have, they're transformative practices that can completely change how you experience the world and how you relate to others. Compassion is about recognizing the suffering of others and wanting to help. Kindness is compassion in action. Together, they form the foundation of many spiritual traditions. But why are they so important for spiritual growth? Here's why. They open your heart. Practicing compassion and kindness helps you become more open-hearted and connected to others. They reduce ego. When you focus on others' well-being, you naturally become less self-centered. They increase happiness. Studies have shown that acts of kindness boost our own happiness and well-being. They create positive ripples. Your kindness can inspire others, creating a ripple effect of positivity. They help you see our shared humanity. Compassion helps you recognize that everyone struggles, just like you do. They bring you closer to your true nature. Many spiritual traditions teach that compassion and kindness are our natural state when we remove the barriers of fear and ego. The beautiful thing about kindness is that it doesn't have to be big or dramatic. Small acts of kindness, done consistently, can have a profound impact. Here are some simple ways to practice kindness every day. Smile at strangers. A simple smile can brighten someone's day. Give genuine compliments. Notice the good in others and tell them about it. Practice active listening. Really pay attention when someone is talking to you without thinking about what you'll say next. Perform random acts of kindness. Hold the door for someone, let someone go ahead of you in line, leave a kind note for a coworker. Be kind in your thoughts. When you catch yourself judging others, try to shift to a more compassionate perspective. Volunteer. Give your time to a cause you care about. Be kind to yourself. Remember, self-compassion is just as important as compassion for others. Express gratitude. Thank people for their efforts, no matter how small. Offer help. If you see someone struggling, ask if you can help. Be patient. Practice patience with others, especially when you're feeling frustrated. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfectly kind all the time. It's about cultivating a habit of kindness, one small act at a time. You feel more connected. Kindness naturally creates a sense of connection with others. You become more patient. As you practice compassion, you naturally become more patient with others' flaws and mistakes. You feel more fulfilled. Many people find that a life focused on kindness feels more meaningful and satisfying. You become more resilient. Compassion can help you bounce back from your own setbacks more easily. You experience more joy. There's a unique kind of joy that comes from making others happy. You feel more at peace. Kindness can help dissolve anger and resentment, leading to greater inner peace. Here's a personal example. I used to get really frustrated with slow drivers. But when I started practicing compassion, I tried to imagine why they might be driving slowly. Maybe they're new drivers, elderly, or just had a near-miss accident. This shift in perspective helped me feel more patient and less stressed on the road. It's a small thing, but it's made my daily commute much more peaceful. Compassion and kindness are like muscles. The more you use them, the stronger they become. And as they grow stronger, you might find that your whole experience of life starts to shift. You might feel more connected, more joyful, more at peace. You might find it easier to forgive, easier to love, easier to see the good in others and in yourself. This is the transformative power of compassion and kindness. They're not just nice add-ons to your spiritual practice, they're the very heart of it. Every time you choose kindness, every time you respond with compassion instead of judgment, you're nurturing your spirit and contributing to a more loving world. As you continue on your spiritual journey, let compassion and kindness be your guiding lights. They have the power to transform not just your own life, but the lives of everyone you touch. Remember, in a world where you can be anything, choose to be kind. It's one of the most powerful spiritual practices there is. As we continue our journey of spiritual growth, let's explore the immense value of learning from spiritual teachings. Throughout history, wise men and women have shared profound insights about the nature of reality, consciousness, and the human experience. These teachings, whether ancient or modern, can be powerful tools for our own spiritual development. They offer new perspectives. Spiritual teachings can help us see the world in new ways, challenging our assumptions and expanding our understanding. They provide guidance. When we're struggling or confused, spiritual teachings can offer guidance and direction. They inspire us. Reading or listening to spiritual teachings can inspire us to live more consciously and compassionately. They connect us to timeless wisdom. Many spiritual teachings have stood the test of time, offering insights that are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. They help us make sense of our experiences. Spiritual teachings can provide frameworks for understanding our own spiritual experiences. They encourage self-reflection. Engaging with spiritual teachings often prompts us to look deeply at ourselves and our lives. The real power of spiritual teachings comes not just from reading or hearing them, but from applying them to our daily lives. Here are some ways to do that. Choose a teaching that resonates. Start with a spiritual text or teacher that speaks to you. It could be an ancient scripture, a modern spiritual book, or the words of a contemporary teacher. Reflect on the teachings. After reading or listening to a teaching, take some time to reflect on it. How does it apply to your life? What insights does it offer? Practice mindful reading. When engaging with spiritual teachings, read slowly and mindfully. Take time to really absorb the words and their meaning. Discuss with others. Joining a study group or discussing spiritual teachings with friends can deepen your understanding and offer new perspectives. Keep a wisdom journal. Write down quotes or ideas that resonate with you. Reflect on how you can apply them in your life. Set intentions based on teachings. Use spiritual teachings as inspiration for setting daily or weekly intentions. Use teachings as meditation focus. Choose a phrase or concept from a spiritual teaching as a focus for your meditation practice. Look for real-life examples. Try to notice examples of spiritual teachings playing out in your daily life. Remember, the goal isn't to blindly accept every teaching, but to engage with them critically and see how they align with your own experience and intuition. One of the beautiful things about spiritual growth is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. What resonates deeply with one person might not speak to another at all. That's why it's important to find teachings that truly resonate with you personally. Explore different traditions. Don't limit yourself to one spiritual tradition. Explore teachings from various religions, philosophies, and spiritual paths. Trust your intuition. Pay attention to how different teachings make you feel. Do they inspire you? Challenge you in a good way? Make you feel more peaceful or centered? Look for practical wisdom. While some spiritual teachings can be abstract, look for those that offer practical guidance for daily life. Be open to contemporary teachers. While ancient wisdom is valuable, don't overlook modern spiritual teachers who might speak to current life challenges. Consider your life stage. Different teachings might resonate more at different stages of your life. Be open to revisiting teachings as you grow and change. Seek diversity. Look for teachings from diverse voices, different cultures, genders, and life experiences can offer varied perspectives. Allow for evolution. Your spiritual path may evolve over time. What resonates now might change in the future, and that's okay. Remember, engaging with spiritual teachings isn't about finding absolute truths or rigid rules to follow. It's about finding wisdom that inspires you, challenges you, and helps you grow. As you explore different teachings, you're likely to find that some resonate deeply, offering insights that can truly transform your life and accelerate your spiritual growth. As we near the end of our exploration of spiritual growth, let's talk about something that can truly amplify your spiritual journey: building a spiritual community. While spirituality is often seen as a personal, inner journey, there's immense power in connecting with others who are on a similar path. Support and encouragement. A spiritual community can offer support during challenging times and celebrate your growth and successes. Shared wisdom. In a community, you can learn from others' experiences and insights, broadening your own understanding. Accountability. Having others who share your spiritual goals can help you stay committed to your practices. Sense of belonging. A spiritual community can provide a sense of belonging and connection that's deeply nourishing for the soul. Opportunity for service. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of service, and a community provides opportunities to give back. Diverse perspectives. Engaging with others can expose you to different viewpoints and approaches to spirituality, enriching your own path. Local spiritual centers. Look for meditation centers, yoga studios, or spiritual bookstores in your area. These often host events or groups. Online communities. There are many online forums, social media groups, and virtual meetups focused on spiritual growth. Meetup groups. Websites like meetup.com often have spiritual or meditation groups that meet regularly. Start your own group. If you can't find a group that fits, consider starting one. Invite friends or post in local community spaces to find like-minded individuals. Retreats or workshops. Attending spiritual retreats or workshops can be a great way to connect with others interested in spiritual growth. Volunteer. Many spiritual organizations need volunteers. This can be a great way to serve and connect with others. Book clubs. Join or start a spiritual book club to discuss spiritual teachings with others. Remember, your spiritual community doesn't have to be large or formal. Even one or two close friends who share your interest in spiritual growth can make a big difference. As you engage with a spiritual community, you might notice some profound effects on your spiritual journey. Accelerated growth. Sharing experiences and learning from others can speed up your spiritual growth. Deeper understanding. Discussing spiritual concepts with others can lead to new insights and deeper understanding. Increased motivation. Seeing others committed to their spiritual path can inspire you to deepen your own practice. Emotional support. A spiritual community can offer understanding and support during challenging times. Expanded perspective. Interacting with others on a spiritual path can broaden your viewpoint and challenge your assumptions. Sense of purpose. Being part of a community can give you a sense of belonging to something larger than yourself. Here's a personal example. When I first started meditating, I often struggled to maintain a consistent practice. But when I joined a local meditation group, everything changed. The regular meetings gave me structure, the discussions deepened my understanding, and the sense of community kept me motivated. My practice became stronger, and I found myself growing in ways I hadn't expected. Building a spiritual community isn't about finding perfect people or agreeing on everything. It's about connecting with others who share your commitment to growth and understanding. It's about creating a space where you can be authentic, vulnerable, and supported on your spiritual journey. As you continue on your path of spiritual growth, consider reaching out and connecting with others. Whether it's joining an existing community or creating your own, the support and connection of a spiritual community can be a powerful catalyst for your growth and transformation. As we come to the end of our exploration of spiritual growth, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've discussed. We've covered a lot of ground, from understanding what spiritual growth really means to exploring various practices that can support your development. Remember, spiritual growth is not about reaching a final destination. It's an ongoing journey of self-discovery, connection, and expansion. It's about becoming more fully yourself, more aware, more compassionate, and more in tune with the deeper currents of life. Daily meditation to quiet the mind and connect with your inner self. Mindful living to bring presence and awareness to everyday moments. Gratitude and appreciation to shift your perspective and open your heart. Connecting with nature to feel part of something larger than yourself. Self-reflection and journaling to deepen self-understanding. Practicing compassion and kindness to nurture your spirit and connect with others. Learning from spiritual teachings to gain wisdom and new perspectives. Building a spiritual community to support and accelerate your growth. Each of these practices offers a unique pathway to spiritual growth. You might find that some resonate more strongly with you than others, and that's perfectly okay. Your spiritual journey is uniquely yours. Be patient with yourself. Spiritual growth is a lifelong journey. There will be ups and downs, moments of clarity and moments of confusion. That's all part of the process. Stay curious. Approach your spiritual journey with an open mind and a sense of curiosity. There's always more to learn and discover. Trust your intuition. While it's valuable to learn from others, ultimately, you are your own best guide. Trust your inner wisdom. Practice regularly. Consistency is key in spiritual growth. Even small, daily practices can lead to profound changes over time. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion and kindness you would offer to a dear friend. Embrace challenges. Difficulties and challenges are often opportunities for significant growth. Try to see them as teachers rather than obstacles. Celebrate your growth. Take time to acknowledge how far you've come. Every step forward, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. Remember, the goal of spiritual growth isn't to become a perfect person or to transcend human experience. It's about living more fully, loving more deeply, and connecting more authentically with yourself, others, and the world around you. As you continue on your spiritual journey, may you find joy in the process, peace in the present moment, and a deep sense of connection to something larger than yourself. Your path is unique and beautiful. Embrace it with an open heart and a curious mind, and watch as your spirit unfolds in ways you might never have imagined. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of spiritual growth. May your journey be filled with light, love, and profound discoveries. Remember, every moment is an opportunity for growth. Embrace the journey and trust the process. Your spiritual adventure is just beginning.